Now as I write, my thoughts return to the days of my youth. They will not criminalise us, rob us of our true identity.
I saw in this man more determination than I've ever seen in any person before.
I am standing on the threshold of another trembling world. May God have mercy on my soul. I have always taken a lesson from something that was told to me by a sound man. That is, that everyone, Republican or otherwise, has his own particular part to play. No part is too great or too small. No one is too old or too young to do something.
G.E. Vicarja, I'm Michelle Gildernew, the MP for Fermanagh South Tyrone, and I'm proud and honoured to have been asked to participate in tonight's tribute to Bobby Sands and his comrades who died on hunger strike in Long Kesh jail in 1981. Bobby Sands was a hero to us, an absolute inspiration. Bobby and his comrades took on the British Empire with just their bodies, and the conditions that they suffered in Long Kesh jail and the brutality visited upon them is famous. We think also tonight of other hunger strikers who died in the course of Irish history. I think particularly of Sean McCahey, who died on the 11th of May 1946 in Portlaoise Jail, and of Martin Herson from the neighbouring parish in Galbally, who died on the 13th July 1981. As a Fermanagh and South Tyrone MP, I can never emulate the sacrifice that Bobby Sands has made, but I remember clearly what happened in those dark days leading up to his death. I remember how hard my parents and many activists in Fermanagh South Tyrone worked to try and get Bobby elected, thinking genuinely that it would save his life. Tonight's programme has contributions from a number of people. First of all, we have from North Belfast, MLA Jerry Kelly, with a poem that he has written about Rosalie, Bobby's mum.
When Bobby Sands died on hunger strike on the 5th of May 1981, I was in the cages in another part of the prison, and I remember going down and trying to write a poem about Bobby, but after a while I realised what I was writing about was his mother, who had spoken earlier. So this poem is actually called Bobby's Mother. Rosalie Sands, you do not know me. I saw you only on a television screen, where so reluctantly you announced, my son is dying. Standing with such dignity and calm in the deep well of your grief. I felt an intruder to your private torment, witness to a mother's needed mourning. Thank you for allowing us to share your precious final moments with a great man.
Bound, we didn't all drown. am standing on the threshold of another trembling world. May God have mercy on my soul. My heart is very sore because I know I've broken my mother's heart, and my home is struck with unbearable anxiety. But I've considered all the arguments, I have tried every means to avoid what has become the unavoidable. It has been forced upon me and my comrades by 4.5 years of stark inhumanity. I am a political prisoner. On May the 5th, after 66 days in hunger strike, Bobby Sands died. His last words were for his mother. I love you. You are the best mother in the world. You stood by me.
Come, Irishmen, I pray attend and listen to these words I tell, for I sing a lay from a bygone day, for brave young men we all knew well. Young lads who died that freedom's light might shine so bright across the land. For no braver men has Ireland seen. Oh, how I use the Cretan sign. Young Irishmen in Ulster born, deprived of freedom, work at home, oppressed by ruthless, racist laws that drive men down beneath the yoke. And when the bloodhound it comes at night to terror strike across the land with their tanks and guns and permit sons, oh, how I use my Cretan sand. Then the hell of a H-Blocks where tyrants strive to break men's wills, and the boots and bars leave lifelong scars. These brave men's spirits they ne'er did yield. The words of Christ, well, they come to mind. They gave their lives for their fellow man, and these volunteers with a dread nor fear. Oh, how I use my Cretan signs. For 80 days, these men they lay under Margaret Thatcher's tyranny, and the British churchmen they came to say that no clergymen their souls were free. But far and wide and with tears and pride, their story was told in distant lands. So your voices raised, we'll sing their praise. Oh, how I use my Cretan sign. Now brave men die, and sick men lie, and weak men turn their heads away. But short as they are, for those in power who truth and rights of men betray, the fight will go on and not be done while man is unfree in this fair land. And in freedom's days we'll sing in praise. Oh, how I use creeks and sands of O'Hara, use my creeks and sands.
I'm standing here, Churchill Cross, at the Celtic Cross. That's in memory of 14 IRA volunteers that died during the 1918-23 period. I'm also very conscious that it's the 39th anniversary of the beginning of the hunger strikes in 1981, when Bobby Sands and 9 of his comrades gave their life in pursuit of justice for people within the prisons and also to protect the legitimacy of our struggle. 1981 is a very painful period in all of our lives for those of us who lived through it. And the sacrifices made by our 10 comrades and indeed all our patriot dead continue to inspire us to continue with that struggle, with our struggle, until such time as the aims and objectives of Irish republicanism are realised. The legacy that they have left us gives us the strength and determination to see it through until that certain day when we will have an Irish Republic. Irish republicanism have never been as strong as it is now, and the election results both in the 6 counties and in the 26 counties is an indication of the growth of our strength and of the prospects of us realising a united Ireland. In order to realise the legacy and fulfil the legacy of Bobby Sands and his 9 comrades and all our patriot dead, we have to ensure that we will bring about a united Ireland, and it's only then can we say that we have fulfilled the legacy of Bobby Sands and his comrades.
Harja to Fáilte Ruamh, you're very welcome, and thank you for listening up till now. My job is to introduce the second half of the programme today. But first I want to thank our friend and comrade Martin Ferris, all the way from, giving his tribute all the way from Kerry, and his dulcet Kerry tones will perhaps take the sharpness of the bunch of us Belfast people who are singing and talking today. The programme will start off with, this section of the programme will start off with Jerry McCabe, who's going to be singing Forever on My Mind. He'll be followed by Colin Killen, who is going to recite the epic poem by Bobby Sands, which is Rhythm of Time. Conor Mosky is going to come in after that and sing a very well-known song written by Bobby Sands as well, called Michael Hatton. I'm going to come in and do a second poem which I wrote about a year after the hunger strikes, and the anniversary of the hunger strikes in '81. And then we're going to finish with Bick McFarlane, who of course was a friend and comrade of Bobby's and a friend and comrade of ours. And he composed a song called Song for Marcella, and he's going to sing that today. And of course Marcella was the pen name that Bobby used when he rode out from jail all those years ago during that terrible period. So this is a commemoration, but it's also a celebration of the life of Bobby Sands and of the other hunger strikers who died. And I want to mention Michael Gaughan and Frank Stagg, of course, who died in hunger strikes during this phase of our struggle. But also I think there were 22 hunger strikers who died between Tom House in 1917 and Mickey Devine in 1981. So we're here to remember all of those and all of our comrades which we've lost. Gor mille mai agam.
Haracus my Christian sons, Tuckerty and Rich, MacDonald, Thurston, McOgie, Levi. Darkened years of winter past, summer waits for spring before it lives. blanket clad and wasted, the winter has been long. No gleam of hope a thoughtless nation gives. In silence we walk through the streets, as one by one our hunger strikers die. O Haracus, my creation sons, MacDonald, Thurston, McOvie, Divine. Their memories forever on my mind. Pictures of their faces in my eyes. My sorrow and grief will not subside, and my love for them I will not disguise. In silence we walk through the streets, as one by one our hunger strikers die. Haracus, my creation sons, Dougherty and Lynch, MacDonald, Thurston, McOvie, Divine. Silence we walk through the streets, as one by one our hunger strikers die. O Haracus, my creation sons, Dougherty and Lynch, MacDonald, Thurston, McOvie.
The Rhythm of Time by Bobby Sands. There's an inner thing in every man. Do you know this thing, my friend? It has withstood the blows of 1,000,000 years and will do so to the end. It was born when time did not exist, and it grew up out of life. It cut down evil's strangling vines like a slashing, searing knife. It lit fires when fires were not, and burnt the mind of man, tempering leaden hearts to steel from the time that time began. It wept by the waters of Babylon, and when all men were at a loss, it screeched in writhing agony, and it hung bleeding from the cross. It died in Rome by lion and sword, and in defiant and cruel array, when the deathly word was Spartacus along the Appian Way. It marched with what the Tylers poor and frightened lord and king, and it was emblazoned in their deathly stare as e'er a living thing. It smiled in holy innocence before conquistadors of old, so meek and tame and unaware of the deathly power of gold. It burst forth through pitiful Paris streets and stormed the old Bastille, and marched upon the serpent's head and crushed it neath its heel. It died in blood on buffalo plains and starved by moons of rain. Its heart was buried in wounded knee, but it will come to rise again. It screamed aloud by Kerry lakes as it was knelt upon the ground, and it died in great defiance as they coldly shot it down. It is found in every light of hope. It knows no bounds nor space. It has risen in red and black and white. It is there in every race. It lies in the hearts of heroes dead. It screams in tyrant sighs. It has reached the peak of mountains high. It comes searing across the skies. It lights the dark of this prison cell. It thunders forth its might. It is the undauntable thought, my friend, that thought that says I'm right.
In Glenravels Glen there lives a man whom some would call a god. He could cure your shakes with a bottle of the stuff that costs you 30 bob. Come winter, summer, frost all over, a jigging, spring in the breeze. In the dead of night a man steps by Michael Hatton, if you please. Michael Hatton, you blurt, we need you, cry a million shaking men. Where are your sacks of barley, will your lights be seen again? Here's a jig to the man and a reel to the drop and a swing to the girl he loves. May a fiddle play and potching cure your company up above. There's a wisp of smoke in the south of the glen and the potching is on the air. There's birds and the birds and the rabbits in the sky and there's drunkards everywhere. And Scary's rocked the foxes out and Bigody's chasing the hound. And the only thing in decent shape is buried beneath the ground. Michael Hatton, you blood, we need you, cry a million shaking men. Where are your sacks of barley, will your lights be seen again? Here's a jig to the man and a reel to the drop and a swing to the girl he loves. May a fiddle play and potching cure your company up above. Michael Hatton's house of fairies around dancing round the hog. The goats collapsed, the dog has run away and there's salmon down the bog. He has 1,000,000 gallons of wash and the peelers are on the glen. But they'll never catch that hackler, Mickey's not coming home again. Michael Hatton, you blood, we need you, cry a million shaking men. Where are your sacks of barley, will your lights be seen again? Here's a jig to the man and a reel to the drop and a swing to the girl he loves. May a fiddle play and potching cure your company up above. Michael Hatton, you blurt, we need you, cry a million shaking men. Where are your sacks of barley, will your lights be seen again? Here's a jig to the man and a reel to the drop and a swing to the girl he loves. May a fiddle play and potching cure your company up above.
The first anniversary of Bobby Sands' death on hunger strike, I happened to be in the prison hospital in the blocks where he and our other comrades had died. I was told I was in the cell in which Francis Hughes died. After lights out, there was still light coming in through the window from lamps outside, so I wrote this poem underneath that light. 1 year ago tonight, these cells echoed to your agony. Death approached you valiantly, but without surprise. Eyes made sightless by starvation stared blindly at these walls, their corpse-like pallor a sardonic preview of death. I cannot imagine your suffering, though it cries through the ages. Hunger is no stranger to the Irish people. But the silence here tonight in this corridor of death is as poignant as the voice of pain. This annex is known as the hospital, Her Majesty's Prison Maze, where cell numbers show the prefix ward in mendacious aluminium. Innocuous labels hiding torture and oppression have always been the hallmark of the civilized tyrant. 1 year ago today, comrades, the first of you died. A nation and its exiles sighed. Thatcher's lust demanded many more.
Dear Rich, this is a song that I wrote on the 10th anniversary of Bobby Sands' death on hunger strike in the H-Blocks. So I would like to dedicate it to his memory and to the memory of all our hunger strikers, very, very courageous Republican activists and soldiers who paved the way for the development and enhancement of Republican politics that has brought us along the road to where we are today. Doesn't seem quite so long ago, the last time that I saw you. Ain't it funny how the memories grow? It seems they always fold around you, trying to break you in a living hell, but they couldn't find a way, so they killed you in an H-block cell. Hope that all would turn away. Thought your spirit wouldn't rise again, but you dared to prove them wrong, and in death you tore away the chains to let the world hear freedom's song. Yet the heartache and pain linger on. They're still here, though it's so long since you've gone. But we're stronger now. You showed us how freedom's fight can be won. Wish there was an easy road to choose to bring the heartache to an end, but easy roads are always sure to lose. I've seen it time and time again. You could stand by me like yesterday, I'd find the strength to carry on. So let your spirit shine along the way, and our day will surely come. Yet the heartache and pain linger on. They're still here, though it's so long since you've gone. But we're stronger now. You showed us how freedom's fight can be won if we all stand as one. Corn yogurt.
I can hear the curlew passing overhead. Such a lonely cell. Such a lonely struggle. But, my friend, this road is well trod, and he, whoever he was, who first passed this way, deserves the salute of the nation. I am but a mere follower, and I must say, Ihuahi. Good night.